5 celebrities who survived near-death experiences. It's been said that nothing is permanent in this world except change and death, because everyone goes through changes and will die eventually. While death is inevitable, it remains as one of man's greatest fears. But should we really be afraid of our demise? We may discover the answers from these celebrities who survived a near-death experience. Number 5. Jane Seymour. What do you think happens when we die? Actress Jane Seymour was asked this question during a 2016 interview. She candidly replied, "You have no pain and no stress. You see a white light, and if you look down, you see a lot of people screaming and yelling. But you're completely calm and you think, 'I'm me? That's not me. It just looks like me.'" The actress gave such a heartfelt and specific answer because she was speaking from first-hand experience. In 1988, while shooting the TV movie Onassis, The Richest Man in the World, in Madrid, Spain, Seymour suffered from a very bad cold. The doctor prescribed a shot of antibiotics, but the nurse erroneously injected a massive dose into her vein instead of her muscle. The Somewhere in Time star had an anaphylactic shock and for a moment had an out-of-body experience. Thankfully, she was resuscitated and regained her health. And for her portrayal of Maria Callas in the TV movie, Seymour won a Primetime Emmy Best Supporting Actress award, a heavenly reward for what she went through. Number 4. George Foreman. During his heydays as an amateur and professional boxer, George Foreman seemed invincible. He was a 1968 Olympic gold medalist and a 2-time world heavyweight champion. In fact, he snatched the heavyweight title from the then undefeated Joe Frazier in 1973 by a second-round knockout of Frazier. Then he lost to the great Muhammad Ali in 1974's The Rumble in the Jungle, but it was his devastating loss to Jimmy Young in Puerto Rico that led to Foreman's retirement in 1977. The incident may have hurt his career, but it paved the way for his spiritual awakening. After the bout with Young, Foreman fell ill from exhaustion and heat stroke and had a near-death experience.
I was in a dressing room, and my doctor was standing behind me. I said, "Dr. West, move your hand. The thorns on his head are making him bleed." Everybody looked at me funny. I saw blood coming down my forehead.
He recounted being alone in a hellish, frightening place of nothingness and despair. Thinking he was dying, Foreman pleaded for God's help and uttered, "I don't care if this is death, I still believe there is a God." He then felt God pulling him out and asking him to change his life and ways. And change he did, as Foreman became a born-again Christian and an ordained minister. Number 3. Gary Busey. When actor Gary Busey was doing Quigley, a 2003 comedy film about a man who died in a car accident and was sent back to Earth as a Pomeranian dog, he was completely nuts about the production design of heaven and argued that there are no mirrors in heaven. He should know because he once went momentarily to the other side. Seems unbelievable coming from someone with a bad boy image in Hollywood, but Busey had a near-death experience after a fatal motorcycle accident on December 4th, 1988, crashing his Harley-Davidson on a highway guardrail without wearing a helmet. He seriously injured his head and fractured his lower back.
Split my skull wide open to there, knocked a hole in it that big, and I have a different way of looking at things and feeling things, and I know how special life is.
While undergoing neurosurgery, the actor died on the operating table. Busey recounted that he was surrounded by balls of light in the air, which he believed were angels. They spoke to him about his life, and then a voice told him, "You may come with us now, or return to your body and continue your destiny. It's your choice." He obviously chose the latter, made more projects, survived cancer, and became an active Christian. Number 2. Sharon Stone. Even the fairest and fittest may experience a health scare in their lives, and actress Sharon Stone knows that too well. Once heralded as a Hollywood bombshell, Stone was known as a health buff. The actress made waves, especially in her star-making performance in 1992's Basic Instinct, followed by a string of hits and critical acclaim in Martin Scorsese's Casino in 1995. But in late 2001, Stone took a hiatus from acting to recuperate from a brain hemorrhage, a serious condition that almost wiped out her life and left her with a 5% survival chance. And then her near-death experience happened. In 2004, the Golden Globe and Emmy winner publicly recounted on Oprah Winfrey's show that she felt she did die. She saw and took off with a giant vortex of white light. Then she was met by her very dear friends who had already died.
I'd read that you had one of those near-death experiences. Is that true?
It is. Came out of it and they talked to me, and then I kind of had that thing where it's sort of like passing out, except you pass kind of up.
Stone wasn't frightened by the experience, but instead felt an incredible sense of well-being. Her brush with death seemed so near, yet Stone found it loving, gentle, and assured that there's nothing to be afraid of. Number 1. Tracy Morgan. In an exclusive interview on Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday program in 2016, Tracy Morgan intimated that he visited heaven and spoke to his deceased father, who told him it wasn't his time to die yet.
I was talking to my dad. He had this green thing on. And I started crying so hard. I was crying hard, probably harder than I cried at his funeral. And I just kept saying, Dad, because he was my best friend in life.
Nope, his revelation wasn't part of a humor-laden sketch on Saturday Night Live. The comedian went through an epiphany, surviving a deadly 6-vehicle crash in New Jersey on June 7, 2014. While his friend and collaborator James McNair died on the spot, Morgan suffered from multiple injuries and brain trauma. He fell into a coma, and that's when his near-death experience transpired, which reunited him fleetingly with his dad, who died of AIDS when Morgan was only 19. 4 years earlier, Morgan survived a kidney transplant. All of these experiences made the former mainstay of 30 Rock cherish everything in his life, even those he doesn't know personally. Morgan became a different person, for the better, because he would say, "I love you" 200 times a day, even to strangers, and learn to value life's simple things. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel for your daily dose of voodoo videos.